Tammy and Amy still aren't speaking. It's the longest stretch they've gone without just letting things slide under the bridge. And if they don't work through it, it's not just their relationship that suffers, it affects the whole family. "Oh hey, what's up? How's it going, girl?" "Just doing my thing, you know how it is, some stuff really stinks." Chris and Misty are probably coming over today, as usual, ready to confront me about my behavior. Honestly, that seems like the only time they show up when they have a problem with me. "Well, we're coming over to talk and see what's going on. You've been acting kind of distant lately. You even left my party in a hurry, and I didn't understand why." "Well, first off, I wasn't ready to talk about Waverly Hills. I needed to figure things out on my own, and find my own space. I knew questions were coming, and I needed some room. I was tired of feeling bullied. And I knew people would question me no matter what. I just wasn't ready for that. Look, about the bullying thing. We've been joking around and giving each other a hard time for 45 years the same way. But I get it. You feel like it goes deeper. You say I'm constantly criticized for how I dress, the way I move, or even how I talk. It feels like I can't do anything right, and it hurts. No one's yelling or screaming. You don't need the tears here. The more worked up Amy gets, the harder it is for her to think clearly. Sometimes you just have to take a softer approach. At the end of the day, Misty and I are here for you. We believe in tough love, you know that. When we call something out, there's no filter. But with all the tension between you and Tammy, we really need to smooth things over. Families are supposed to stick together. I get wanting me and Tammy to reconcile. But how many times can I do that? How many chances do I have left? I'm not going to sit here and be fed baloney when I don't want it. I go out of my way not to upset her. I don't talk until she talks to me first. I watch how I move, how I dress, trying to avoid giving her anything to criticize. And she still does it anyway. Tammy actively tries to sabotage me. She's always nitpicking everything, my clothes, my actions, my words. It's like, when did you become my boss? I understand where you're coming from. But Amy, it goes both ways. You haven't been perfect either. But she asked me to stop, Chris. I have. And as long as you practice what you preach, that's what matters. I'm really trying to move forward and learn from my mistakes. I'm pulling myself together. For once, I'm actually trying to be an adult. I know my family still sees me as a kid sometimes, but I'm working on getting my life in order. Yes, I was arrested, but I'm trying to move past that. I'm doing everything I can to grow up, to take responsibility. Look at my feet. They're clean. For the first time since 2019. Progress, right? All right. So where do we go from here? How do we get all this tension smoothed out? Would you be open to bringing everyone together? Me, Misty, you, and Tammy, so we can squash the drama once and for all? The truth is, Tammy and Amy are still not speaking. This is the longest they've gone without letting things just fade away. And if they can't move past it, it won't just affect them. It touches the entire family. Let's figure out what we need to do, especially you and Tammy, to get everything settled. Maybe we can do something fun, like a trampoline park, or laser tag, or even paintball, someone suggests. That hurts, Amy replies, half joking. Well, what about that safe room thing? You have to work together to get out. Yeah, an escape room could work, Chris chimes in. For Amy, the constant bickering and fighting have become more normal than she ever expected. I just want everyone to work together, to be in the same room without wanting to strangle each other, she admits. I'm willing to try, but we have to make sure it doesn't end in a fight. I'll give Tammy another shot, she adds. But I don't have to keep putting myself in the line of fire. I can't be around people who just want to bring me down. I need support. I need to be lifted up. Chris decides to bring everyone to an escape room that afternoon. Misty will be arriving soon with Amy. The plan is to work together, maybe come up with a little strategy, and hopefully smooth some things over. But Amy can't help feeling nervous. Past attempts to reconcile have sometimes backfired, leaving things worse than before. As the group arrives, the atmosphere lightens a bit. Hey guys, why don't we try the escape room? Chris suggests. Hi, this is Poodle Bob, someone announces cheerfully. He's our mascot poodle. The group laughs, tension easing just slightly. Have you guys ever done an escape room before? Someone asks. They picked a fun one, Chris observes. I like that they wanted to go here. It's something I've always wanted to try, regardless of who's in the room, Tammy included. The group steps into the challenge. Welcome to the doll room. Unfortunately, there's an evil clown on the loose somewhere in the building. And now, the challenge is clear. The poor little Annabelle is trapped inside this giant white box. The mission? Free her within an hour. But there's a catch. You'll have to find her 4 favorite toys: a carousel, a music box, a doll, and a tank. Once all 4 are found, Annabelle will pop out and you win. Alright, I'm starting your timer. Ready? Let's roll. Good luck, guys. Wait, what does she mean by the tank? I just hoped the day would go smoothly, that Tammy would stick to her side of the room and I could stay on mine. No crossing paths, no unnecessary tension. Look everywhere, Chris said. There could be puzzles, color sequences, patterns, anything. I had never actually been to an escape room before, but I had watched plenty on YouTube. 1 hour to save a little girl from an evil clown? I was not about to get trapped in here. Stop this, someone muttered. Keys, locks, hidden compartments, everything demanded attention. Amy felt a little standoffish, walking on eggshells, careful not to set anyone off. And I felt the same way. Then came the breakthrough. Hey, I found a tank. 1 down, someone cheered. Now we need the music box, the doll, and the carousel. Time was ticking, so we had to pick up the pace. Clues came in letters and music notes. You have to hit the right key, someone realized. Slowly, the group started working together, and the tension eased a little. Tammy and Amy, who had been separate for most of the room, finally found themselves collaborating. It was a small victory, but it felt huge. Stay in there, someone joked. Don't pop out yet, bones are ready. They fumbled through locks and closets, laughed at near misses, and finally, success. The music box is square, now just the carousel. Oh hell, you had me putting them in the wrong spot. Got it. Finally, all 4 toys were in place. Annabelle popped out of the box, free at last. Heck yeah, someone cheered. Relief and laughter filled the room. Even the clown moment was barely scary now, it was almost comical. The best part? Everyone survived without arguing, no fighting, no drama. Just teamwork, laughter, and a sense of accomplishment. It's nice to do something fun instead of dealing with all the drama, someone said. I miss hanging out and just bonding. I'm tired of fighting. I just want to move on. Yeah, let's go, another added jokingly. I guess I'm a cheeseburger. He's fat. And just like that, the room was filled with lightness and laughter. A small step toward healing, and maybe a little hope for family peace. Want something to eat? I'm always ready for a cheeseburger. Is there anything else you want to say to each other? No. In our family, we don't really talk about things. We just move on. Sometimes, some things are better left unsaid. What about you, Tammy? You agree? Yeah, I'm just trying to surround myself with positive energy, and I hope I get that in return. Laylee and I have been really close the past couple of months. Lately I've been dealing with a lot of drama with the siblings, and it's nice to have someone on my side for once. That's my girl, Laylee. My name's Laylee, she says. I'm Amy's best friend. I was there when she met Brian, and I've been keeping an eye on the whole situation. I'm cool with Brian. He's not everyone's cup of tea. He's a little different, but that's her love. I just make sure he's being good to my girl. I didn't want to throw hands or anything, but I'm protective. Laughter. This is Maddie, Laylee adds. She helped pick out some really beautiful dried flowers for you. We added some unique blooms and even moss. Honestly, it's probably the most unique cascade bouquet we've ever done. Amy looks at it in awe. I love it. It's perfect. I'm shaking. It's overwhelming in the best way. This is it. Thank you for being here with me. I'm so happy to be here with you. Really. None of the other family wanted to help. You know how it is, Laylee says. If you need anything, I've got you. Your support means so much to me right now, Amy admits. So, I have a very important question to ask you, Lily. You know me. I'm not big on sharing my feelings, but you're my ride or die. Lily, will you be my maid of honor? Yeah, I will, Lily says, laughing as their earrings get tangled together. Laugh. I'll do anything for you. I love you. I am honored. Amy wipes a tear away. Most people ask someone close, a sister and aunt, but I asked you, and I feel so honored. I'm going to be here for you every step of the way. Anything you need, you've got me. And I know the whole family, Lily adds gently. There's a lot going on right now, and I understand this is a sensitive subject for her. But I'm here, always. So, as maid of honor, my job is simple, Lily says with a smile. I'm just going to help keep the peace. That's it, that's all. We got everything all wrapped up for you, someone announces. Oh wow, that is so pretty, Amy says, clearly touched. Laylee doesn't always agree with my visions or ideas, Amy admits. But she doesn't have to. She actually lets me talk and express myself, and that's what matters. Is it everything you imagined? Laylee asks. Better, actually, Amy laughs, holding the bouquet close. Glad you love it, Laylee replies. Amy chuckles a little mischievously. I'm sure Tammy's going to be pissed she's not my maid of honor, but honestly, I don't care. We had one good outing together, whoop-de-doo. At the end of the day, this is my wedding. Why does it have to be about Tammy? Tammy, this isn't about her.